At the beginning of the 2019-20 season, it seemed like a pipe dream that the Thunder would be competitive after trading away their two superstars in Russell Westbrook and Paul George, and getting an aging Chris Paul, injury-prone Danilo Gallinari, and an extremely young but talented Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It was believed that the Thunder would be in full rebuild mode. In fact, at the beginning of the year, ESPN projected the Thunder to finish with just a 33-49 record, the third worst in the West. But looking at them now, they currently have a 40-24 record, are fifth in the West, and have secured their playoff spot in the NBA's new 22-team format. And let me tell you, I believe the Thunder will make some noise in this year's playoffs and shake up some brackets. On paper, the Thunder do not look like an amazing team, lacking that one superstar that most teams have. However, in order to compensate for this, they have one of the most well-balanced offensive attacks in the league, with 4 players averaging over 17 points per game. On the stat sheet, it should make no sense as to how the Thunder are as successful as they are, as they rank 26th in rebounding, 28th in assists, 28th in threes made, and are just 18th in the league in scoring. However, what the Thunder do specialize in is efficiency and defense. Even with the low scoring numbers, the Thunder rank 5th in field goal percentage, are top 5 in free throws made and attempted, 7th in free throw percentage, and are top 10 in 2-pointers made and 2-point percentage. They take care of the ball extremely well, ranking 6th in turnovers per game, which translates into a few easy buckets for the opposing team. Defensively, although the Thunder rank towards the middle of the pack in terms of assists and steals, they rarely foul, ranking 4th in the league, and hold their opponents to 45.6% from the field and 34.4% from 3. They limit their opponents to 108.3 points per game, good enough for top 10 in the league. The focus of the Thunder defense is to limit easy free throw attempts, open threes, and force their opponents to work for their shots, turning the game into a more grinded out type of style, which they prefer, rather than a fast break oriented one. I attribute this to the switchability and versatility of their lineups, as their 1 through 4 positions can switch between each other, with Steven Adams or Nerlens Noel anchoring the defense down low. Moving on to individual players, I'd like to first focus on Chris Paul, who I believe has been the single leader for this Thunder squad and the biggest reason for their success. Paul has exceeded expectations this season, which is a common theme you'll see with a lot of the Thunder players. After coming off the worst season of his career, many thought that the 34-year-old Paul was headed for a natural decline. In fact, many thought Paul would either ask for a buyout or trade in order to play with a contender. However, like the professional he is, Paul took the situation he was placed in and has made the most out of it. CP3 has seen a resurgence this season, averaging 17.7 points, 4.9 rebounds, 6.8 assists, on 48.9% shooting, and 36.2% from 3. However, his value far exceeds what he puts on the stat sheet. Many of the younger guys look up to CP3, especially Shai, who has been mentored by Paul throughout the season and who I believe has improved leaps and bounds because of Paul's presence. In the same vein as his leadership, Paul has been absolutely phenomenal as a floor general as he has been throughout his career. His ability to manipulate the pace of the game has been essential for the Thunder and is second to none in the league. And in my opinion, his slower, grinded out style is the reason why the Thunder are so efficient on offense, both field goal wise and turnover wise. Paul's shooting has also provided a lot of floor spacing for his slashers, something that OKC didn't have in the past. Moving on from CP3, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been one of the biggest reasons the Thunder have been so good this season and one of the biggest surprises of the season. In fact, many would say he is the biggest reason why the Thunder have been so successful, and it's easy to see why. Like Paul, SGA has exceeded expectations by a significant amount. When comparing his rookie year to now, the biggest change we've seen was the shift to the shooting guard position. This allows him to focus more on his scoring and shift the playmaking duties to guys like Chris Paul and Dennis Schroeder. This has resulted in him nearly doubling his scoring averages this season, but what has been more impressive is the fact that he's been able to maintain his efficiency even as the number 1 scoring option on the offensive end. He's proven to be an elite finisher at the rim, shooting 61.6% on the season. In my opinion, he has one of the most underrated finishing packages in the league, using straight line drives and a variety of spin moves, reverse layups, and inside hand finishes to get his points. He has some of the best English I've seen on a layup out of all the guards in the league. Add in the fact that he is an extremely good mid-range shooter, a serviceable 3-point shooter, and he's evolved into a complete offensive player. Shai is also a very good perimeter defender, using his 6'5 frame and 6'11 wingspan to pressure passing lanes and contest shots. His rebounding has seen a lot of improvement this season as well, averaging 6 per game, and he has recorded 9 double-doubles. This includes a massive 20 point, 20 rebound, and 10 assist triple-double to highlight his season. I expect Shea to be the future of this team and to be an extremely exciting player this decade. Two players who I don't believe get enough recognition for their play and are a big part of OKC's success are Danilo Gallinari and Dennis Schroeder. Both guys know their role and play it to perfection. Gallinari has become one of the best spot-up shooters in the league, and one of the best stretch fours in the league as well, averaging a career-high 3 3-pointers per game. He shoots this at a 40% clip, and his floor spacing is absolutely essential for the playmakers of the team and allows them easy driving lanes to the hoop in either a spot-up situation or a pick-and-pop situation. Without Gallinari, things would be a lot harder for guys such as CP3, SGA, and Schroeder. Speaking of Schroeder, he's become one of the best bench players in the league, and in my opinion, he's the frontrunner for 6th Man of the Year. Schroeder's game has been essential for OKC's bench, as he has the ability to create his own shot and make plays for others. He's been especially effective this season with career highs in field goal percentage and 3-point percentage and the second highest scoring season of his career. He's really flourishing off the bench for OKC, and it's all coming together for him. Finally, I'd like to talk about the two bigs of the Thunder, Steven Adams and Nerlens Noel. Both guys may not be the flashiest or most skilled big men in the league, but like everyone on the team, they know their role and aren't afraid to get their hands dirty and do so many essential things that don't show up on the stat sheet. Steven Adams is one of the best, if not the best screen setter in the league, and makes the game so much easier for his guards. Add to the fact that he has some of the best hands in the league for a big man and is one of the biggest lob threats in the league as well, and he is a perfect fit for the Thunder. He's a solid rebounder, efficient scorer, and anchors the defense down low. Nerlens fills this role for the bench unit and is a very good rim runner and lob threat as well. Both guys fit their roles perfectly for the team. Because of OKC's unique mix of youth and playoff experience, as well as their extremely balanced scoring, I think they could make a lot of noise in this year's upcoming playoffs. I think they'll be one of the hardest teams to game plan against because of how balanced they are. On any given night, one of their main scorers could just go off. They're great at controlling the pace of the game, and their ability to take care of the ball will only hold more weight as each possession is critical in the playoffs. While I don't expect them to win a championship, I could see them making it past the first round, and I could see them giving us a very entertaining second round matchup as well. Not too shabby for a team that was supposed to be out of the playoffs, huh? But with all that being said, let me know what you think is going to happen to the Thunder in the playoffs. Do you think they'll be bounced out in the first round, or they'll go even deeper than the second round? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when I upload. I'd appreciate it very much. But with all that being said, have a good day, or night, wherever you are.